What's the easiest part of a business plan for someone to get started with?
I have that question from several of my clients. And the question is in different way. He says, how long is it going to take me to write a plan?
Okay.
And the easiest part of writing a business plan is the writing.
Okay.
But in order to put a good writing, you have to do a lot of research. That therefore, the easiest part is writing it. The most difficult part is to really collect the data you need to put the right information in the plan to justify what you're doing. That's the most difficult part.
Carlos had a client that he was working with who opened a dress shop, and she had some real challenges getting. Well, you challenged her to get some data.
Yes, and it was very interesting that because she did an excellent job in writing the business plan, but when she got to the point that she has to justify the number of clients to see if the project or the business is going to be profitable, she started doing a survey, geographical survey, a counting of actual census of potential clients, and their assumption, how many of those clients that the competition is having, how many of those I'm going to attract them? And that's the most difficult part on the assumption of a business, because you have to have certain number of clients to make the business profitable.
So it was relatively easy for this person to write down her dream.
Correct. That was not complicated because she had a dream right in her head. She thought about for about 5 years. But the difficult part was when she had to get to the financial part of the business to justify to the banker that business will be profitable.
She went to the census and she actually looked at how many people live.
Correct. In certain area in the area that she was targeting to.
And then she said, based upon the number of people who live in this area, what percentage of them were going to...
Correct. And it was very interesting because obviously when you are writing a business, either you go to the extreme of thinking that everybody will buy from me, which is not right, or to thinking that you are a little optimistic and it says about maybe 10% of these people will buy from me. So I challenge you to her to make the analysis of the business based on 2 and 3, 4% to see if it really goes. And I tell you, that was more realistic than the 10%.
Well, I was working with a client and they were opening up a services business, and I said to the person, look at what would be a slow day, what would be a medium day, what would be a busy day. And then you can say, okay, if I have a week that every day is a slow day, what will the dollars look like? Or if I had what she thought was a more rational thing, which I think was like 2 slow days, 2 medium days, 2 busy days, then, what would the numbers look like when it comes to that?
Correct.